we have put mechanisms of curtailing smuggling.
During the lockdown, smuggling went at a higher peak.
Busia, in the eastern part of Uganda, neighbors Kenya to Uganda. Bordering Tororo District to the north, Busia County, Kenya to the east, Tanzania to the south, Namaingo District to the southeast, and Bujiri District to the west. With a population size of over 360,200 people, Busia is inhabited by the Luhya tribe of Kenya, with smaller groups of Teso and the Luo. The Luhya communities, being the dominant, include the Abakyayo, Marachi, Samia, and Abanyala communities. With its unique nature in ethnic composition and diversity, trade has become the unifying factor. No doubt, trade is booming in all its various forms, informal or informal. It's all about the money in this border district. To some, it is a way of life, but to most, it has become an issue of survival, leaving most traders with no choice but to transact business illegally. This illegal trade form has a name: Funtula. To best understand this trade manner, we head off to the common day market, Kayola, as locally dubbed. Dust painted on the different commodities, a mixture of different merchandise, all displayed on the roadside, catches our attention. From the scenery in this business hub, you can't miss seeing cyclists carrying different merchandise like salt, wheat flour, boxes of washing soap, cooking oil, sugar, among other items. On the side of motorcycles with Kenyan number plates parked at different commodity shops, our attention is drawn to discover more about this. While still grappling with Kenyan motorcycles, tricycles ridden by persons with disabilities whisk our attention as they crisscross, also ferrying different commodities. Without any idea that these are party to the Funtula fiesta, we inquire.
Custom najja kweyikizaawo kubanga nno nga bangamba nti Funtula gyali mufuntula ne mufuna ssente naye kati temuli ssente olw'ensonga ebintu byalinnya tebiri wansi, singa biri wansi nga tufunamu nga n'abagagga bayingira ne bajja ne babigula ne balyoka ne batutiika okubayikizaawo kuba bo tebayita. Eggoba nnyo bano ab'obugaali abapiki abe bagirako ddala n'okubijjayo kubeera kuzibu. Naye nze wembeera nabyo kuno ne babinzijjako kinyanguwira ogendayo okubikima naye ndina ogendayo nga ndinamu emitwalo 25.
This is eye-opening. We now have an idea of the smuggling taking place in broad daylight. The extent at which the vice has penetrated is our next mission. Within the same market, we sample the different Kenyan manufactured goods on the shelves. Salt, locally called chumvi, wheat flour, cooking oil, all with marks indicating that these are manufactured in Kenya, and these are the same commodities we have seen all morning ferried by cyclists all around Busia town. From the horse's mouth, this is confirmed.
Kenya, olina okuwa omusolo kandi olina obisamu nkokutu ng'obireeta motoka neekukwata ngenda kusaba ssente nnyingi obituusa wano.
Just biyita ngeri y'amagendo, just biteeka ku kagaali si bitapanya ndisobola okubeera nga tukawa
boda emba neetiise nti kamwako bakakola ki bakandekera nenkayisaawo nawe emba neetiiseeyo bungi basobola okunzijjako akasente nembyambukya nendeeta nawe emba neetiise kacumbi kamu impitawo ne bandeka.
According to the traders, they are willing to do anything and absolutely everything in their power to maximize profit. The only way to achieve this is to break the law.
I don't know, ogenda kuyita kubireeta olina soka kuwa empoza wali eri musolo kubisa ku police gyobisizzaawo awo waliwo abatuulaawo baliwo.
Omonde buno bw'obugulira mu Kenya akasawo kagula $7,000 buno bwa Kenya naye baba busasulira omusolo ne babuyingiza mu Uganda okagula $7,700 oli bw'omugamba kagamba ati omanyi nga tubusasulira omusolo wali omusolo gwe gweyongerako $7,000 naye nze bwe ngenda ne kagula mu Kenya mwennyini ate revenue ensumbu wakubayo kyentya.
Uganda biri waggulu nnyo obanga osubudde ebya Kenya biriko akasente ebya Uganda tebiriiko.
Ekigira tetujja wano Uganda cumbi olw'okuba wa bbeeyi kati nga omanyi bizinesi onoonyako akaliko ka bbeeyi wansi.
Subiro batofunako kuba ndi katunda kaliko 3,000 akakatoni kalamba kati bwe nkasasulira omusolo gwa 2,000 mba naafunako ki.
On the Kenyan side as well, Funtula is manifesting. The commonly smuggled goods from Uganda to Kenya are sugar, polythene bags and beer.
Kenya mwenga gwali nga guli expensive, products za Kenya ezo mwenga ziri expensive. Kati kyaita abantu okuba nga bagula nnyo wano nga guli cheap. Especially nga kachupa ngaka akamu. So kumuguza kunusu like 30 boom. That is like around 900 1,000 something as Uganda. Nga wakatuse Kenya akatunda 100 plus Kenyan money. Kati ziba like 3,000 something plus. Kati nichibanga gulika amagoba manji.
Smuggling is illegal and punished by law. The enforcers in this case being Uganda Revenue Authority and Kenya Revenue Authority. Question remains, are they doing their job?
Abasirikale ba gundi abe Kenya webali n'aba Uganda webali buli mukuba wetuyitira baliwo tebatukiriza ne woba situdde ekintu ekimu olina okisasulira siringi 10,000 tebatukwata nti no nti batukwasa oba nti oba kiki naye batujjako olw'obuzito bibeera bingi bibeera bingi ne batujjako kati we babitwala eri batugamba tukwate $20,000 tulyoke tujjeyo ebintu bye batusituddeko naye nga 2 galiwa 25.
It's a public secret that counter-smuggling is a cancer ravaging Busia District. With all efforts to wipe it out, the vice has since taken various shapes. Infrastructure development such as cargo scanners and the non-intrusive inspection units has been a major component of the one-stop border post innovations.
We do scanning of all cargo trucks and then we do the analysis. This is the control box that controls the whole station. This way we can check the performance of the system. And this is called smart, it's called fast scan. It's just a drive-through. This is the first station. In this station we do documentary check. This is where we scan all the documents of the entries that have been captured. From here the image is sent to the second station. That's where the image analysis is done. And when we do the image analysis, it's either it has irregularities or not. When it has irregularities, it is forwarded for physical verification. If it doesn't have irregularities, we pass it through. That's what happens. And we have been having cases where smuggling has been taking place and they have been detected in this machine. So the good thing with this machine doesn't delay any consignments. Just a drive-through, vehicles drive-through. In a minute you can scan like around 4 to 5 vehicles. So it's very fast, and it has been helping a lot in curbing corruption, not corruption, smuggling. And we really appreciate this system, and it's doing well for us. And it has improved compliance. Basically, that's what we do here.
Alas karanga sapane rikatini. Ajaya nga point ne lomar Kenya. Egwati ngana ikani keda makoroni ya sabuni ya chubu na uni. Ke
According to the customs office in Busia, 4 to 8 smugglers are captured on a daily. To this effect, 536 million Ugandan shillings is recovered monthly in the eastern region. Mr. Armstrong Turiachira weighs in on the extent of loss encountered as a result of smuggling and other forms of illicit financial flows in Busia.
People have grown knowing that I can cross, pick something. You will get a scenario where we have now here the population, they have a home in Uganda, have a home in Busia, Kenya. And so it's very difficult to tell someone that when you go across, you carry the product, you smuggle. We have put mechanisms of curtailing smuggling, but that does not rule out that some people still venture, especially through outright smuggling. People go through the bushes. But now that the other one where someone would drive a whole truck and evade and avoid tax offices, it's not as possible as it used to be. The biggest contribution to that product being smuggled, or most of the products being smuggled, is the value attached to those products. So whether light or heavy or what, but the value that is attached to the product is what actually forces influences people to smuggling. The impact for the last 7 months, I would say, for instance, the recoveries that we've made from people who have smuggled, we've made around 3.7 billion, and that would be lost revenue if there was no intervention. So on average, we can say 536 million is recovered per month from the region.
We are also told about the products like pharmaceutical drugs and agro inputs that are tax exempted according to the law but continue to be smuggled into the country via the various entry points. This also shows a gap in tax education.
Pharmaceutical drugs don't pay taxes. They're exempted. But agricultural inputs, someone wants to run away and carry the products. Those are some of the products that people want to smuggle, but still they are not supposed to be smuggling. Goods manufactured in Kenya are zero rated. Goods manufactured in Uganda are zero rated if you go take them across.
Recently, Kenya banned the commercialization of timber products such as charcoal. Another banned product is the polythene bags. The two commodities, however, continue to surface on the Kenyan market as they are now smuggled into Kenya from Uganda. This is simply because they are still permissible for trade in Uganda. With this disharmony in policies, eradicating smuggling is still a myth.
The different trading blocks determine the different tax attributes that they also charge on the products and goods that come. But domestically, when we talk about domestic VAT, we haven't reached the harmonization because of a different development programs. We are at different levels, but the effort by the EAC is to ensure that, even at the Secretariat in Arusha, the effort is to ensure that we all harmonize the taxes that would hinder our people to develop into a federation.
We are chanced to visit the area where confiscated goods are withheld. According to the law, a smuggler is charged with payment equivalent to 50% of the value for the product.
But now you have smuggling, it attracts rate as if you imported from other countries. So duty rate is you have 25, add 18%, the value you add 6% withholding tax, and you average that, and all that is out of the value of the product. In addition to the penalty of 50% of the value. All that is charged in this person. So you find someone is paying close to 100%.
Wandera Joffre, the Busia LC5 chairperson, highlights social aspects as a key driving factor, also facilitated by the porous nature of the border. He appreciates that much has been deprived of Busia and Uganda at large as a result of the much lost revenue due to smuggling. His concern, however, is the appropriation of funds that he calls imbalanced, as many districts continue to benefit from the money Busia collects, leaving the border district in tatters.
Now, for people to appreciate that we are collecting a lot of money in form of taxes from this border point, a certain percentage should be left to the border, such that people know this is what has come out of our border, the collections. So even when the local people are paying, they know we are part of the beneficiaries. But the traditional saying or the common saying that let's collect from one basket, collection basket at national level, then we distribute in form of grants to local government. People have never seen that one as being appreciative.
The Resident District Commissioner, Honorable Akiru John Robert, confirms that they are aware of this vice. The efforts have been geared to curb it, working in collaboration with the relevant authorities in Kenya.
It is causes how it is transacted across the borders and how best we can handle it. We discuss it in the District Security Committee and bring all these things into perspective, and then agree as a team and as implementers of government programs, see how to curb the smuggling. And this has been done quite often. We sit with all the heads of departments. We sit with the police. I'm the one who shares the meetings. We sit with all sister agencies that all the responsibility of ensuring that this country is safe. We also sit with all these implementing agencies like Uganda Revenue Authority. They are represented in the Security Committee. We have the Immigration Department, also represented in the Security Committee. Then we have these other bodies like the anti-smuggling section, we have them. Then we have the leadership of the local government of Busia. We have the district chairperson, we have the chief administrative officer, who is the chief executive of the local government. So when we sit down on these issues, we discuss a lot of things in regard to smuggling.
According to Uganda Revenue Authority, Uganda loses $270,000 daily as a result of smuggling. Civil society organizations are concerned about revenue losses that continue to deter the country from achieving its domestic revenue mobilization expectations. Regina Navuga, the program coordinator, Financing for Development at SEATINI Uganda, elucidates more about illicit financial flows and their impact on the East African community, as well as the nexus between smuggling and illicit financial flows.
Illicit financial flows, of course, this is money transferred, items transferred illegally and illegally across borders. And we know smuggling is also takes that form sometimes. There are different items that are smuggled across borders. Some of them, of course, indirectly, some people are unaware, but some of them, of course, do it deliberately with the intention of dodging, paying taxes, ideally. And from our work, we noted that this has taken on different forms. It has evolved over time. While URA is going after the cargo, maybe the cars on the roadside, there we know we have porous borders and people use different forms. People, one by one, are engaging in smuggling. The cyclists, people with disabilities, even children. It's so absurd that sometimes parents use their children to go across borders to get maybe one item. And because it's one item, URA might, I think, they might not give it the attention it deserves. Yet we know that if this is done over time, it amounts to the revenue loss in the country.
All is not lost. The fight can be won if all stakeholders work together to a common cause.
We are doing sensitizations, education of the taxpayer, because sometimes we have realized some don't know what their obligation and what they are supposed to go. But also the other channel is we use punitive measures to ensure that people don't repeat the habit of smuggling. We are encouraging now voluntary compliance. We communicate to them and we encourage them to come and do voluntary compliance. Our stakeholder relations have encouraged us to work with other agencies.
Today we're talking about smuggling, but it's not only the different items, the small items. We know this will be also in the extractive sector and other sectors broadly. So how do we motivate the citizens to appreciate the importance of paying taxes so that they don't continue dodging, They need to see good roads. People at the border need to see that government is taking initiatives to put in place good health facilities, good schools, And at the ESC level, we need to see to it that we fast track the implementation as well as the discussion around tax policies, We've been, for a long time, we've been talking about harmonizing.
This syndrome that we have always developed as Ugandans and as Africans, that the whites are the ones who are supposed to donate, they are supposed to give us money, they are supposed to give us loans, is one other wrong mentality which is eating the Pan-African spirit amongst our people. That we are not supposed to pay taxes. Somebody must pay taxes. In a similar way is the situation where you find some local governments not mobilizing their own revenue and relying on Uganda Revenue Authority.